Next story. This one I've heard of. I recall watching, and a lot of y'all know of him, Tony Baker. If you don't, most of y'all might know him for the voiceovers that he do on Instagram. He's a very, very funny comedian, man. I went to go see him at least twice in person. He had a show where he was kind of like doing the same thing, talking about ghost stories, real ghost stories and stuff. And I remember this being on one of the shows, and I remember hearing about it and it freaked me out. So now it's time to freak y'all out. Y'all ready? All right. This here is what, the 6th story, I believe. Let me make sure. Yep, this is the 6th story. So, to start this off, it says, the death of Elisa Lam. Elisa Lam was last seen on January 31st, 2013 in the lobby of the, I want to say, Cecil Hotel in downtown Los Angeles. She was vacationing through the West Coast, documenting the trip on her blog and checking in with her parents every day. On January 31st, those calls stopped. Lam had vanished. Soon, the police were involved, and her parents arrived to help with the search. They had nothing. That February, LAPD released elevator surveillance footage of Lam before her disappearance. The footage shows Lam behaving strangely in the elevator, appearing to talk with invisible people, peering around the corner of the door, crouching in the corner, and opening and closing the door. And I will be putting this video up in the video as well, so y'all can see this, because it's freaky. But what exactly is going on in this video raises more questions than answers. Theories range from psychotic episodes to demonic possessions to unknown assailants just out of the camera view. And it could be a few of those. Around that time, hotel guests started. Okay, I don't like how that was written. Around that time, hotel guests reported weird things happening with the Cecil Hotel water supply, as CNN reported. Bro, looking at this, I'm sorry, I got distracted because the video is playing while I'm trying to read this, and this jank is mad creepy. I'm definitely putting it up so y'all can see it. Anyway, around that time, hotel guests started to report weird things happening with the Cecil Hotel water supply, as CNN reported. The shower was awful, said Sabina Bew or Bah. Again, forgive me for butchering names. Who spent 8 days there during the investigation. When you turned the tap on, the water was coming black first. It was coming out black first for 2 seconds, and then it was going back to normal. The tap water tasted horrible. It had a funny, sweetie, disgusting taste is a very strange taste. I can barely describe it. But for a week, they never complained. We never thought anything of it, she said. We thought it was just the way it was. First of all, hold up. First of all, time out. If I'm at a hotel and I'm about to take a shower and the water comes out black, even if it's only for 2 seconds, the first time, I'm telling somebody at the desk. But even if I don't go on the first time and I do this again and this time it comes out black again for 2 seconds and then normal, I'm worried because it's like this is a recurring thing now. So now I'm definitely going to go tell somebody. I don't drink tap water at all. However, if I was drinking tap water, like I haven't drunk tap water probably since I was a little kid. You know, growing up in the 90s, you drunk sink water. You might have drunk water from a water hose while you was outside because your mama told you better not be running in and out the house because if you come back in, you staying in. And ain't nobody trying to stay in. All your friends is outside, so we drunk from the water hose. You know what I'm saying? And those water aren't really good tasting. But you know it's water. You know you can drink it. You know it's possible to drink, right? If I'm drinking some water and I taste something that's strange, why am I just going along with it talking about we never complained? We never thought anything of it? We thought it was just the way it was? No. Anyway, on the morning of February 19, a hotel employee climbed to the roof and used a ladder to investigate the hotel's water storage tank. That's where authorities found the decomposing, naked body of Lam, whose personal items were found nearby. After an autopsy, her death was labeled accidental. NBC Los Angeles reported at the time about the strange circumstances in the hotel's past. The tank has a metal latch that can be opened, but authorities said access to the roof is secured with an alarm and lock. The single room occupancy hotel has an unusual history. Alright, before I get into this unusual history, I want to double back here. It says the tank has a metal latch that can be opened, but authorities said access to the roof is secured with an alarm and a lock. Which means if she personally went up there or somebody took her up there, that alarm would have went off and the hotel would have been notified. And this wouldn't be a mystery. The single room occupancy hotel has an unusual history. Night Stalker Richard Ramirez, who was found guilty of 14 slayings in the 1980s, lived on the 14th floor for several months in 1985. This dude lived on the 14th floor and killed 14 people. This dude is efficient as hell. Like that sound like that's crazy to me. He lived there for several months in 1985. And killed 14 people there in the 1980s. I always wonder how people got away with stuff like that. Like, that's too many people that's being killed and probably in the same manner. So it's like, how was this person getting away with that? So they talked about that, and international serial killer Jack Unterweger, again, butchering names, is suspected of murdering 3 prostitutes during the time he lived there in 1991. Wait, not my year I was born. He killed himself in jail in 1994. In 1962, a female occupant jumped out of one of the hotel's window, killing herself and a pedestrian on whom she landed on. Oh man, that's gotta be... I don't mean to laugh at that. I'm not laughing at the death. I'm not in any means taking that lightly. But to be the person that was just casually walking down the street, probably upbeat, this is probably the best day of his or her life, and then boom. That is wild. In February 2021, a Netflix doc called Crime Scene: The Vanishing of the Cecil Hotel explored Elisa's tragic case and the history of the cursed Cecil Hotel. So it was also on Netflix, y'all. So if y'all want to know more about this, y'all can check it out on Netflix. I'm pretty sure they're going to have the video up there too, but I will indeed have the video up here. You're probably going to be seeing it right here. Or you probably already seen it. I probably just have it playing on repeat during the whole time I'm telling the story because freaky. And that video is very creepy. Like, I'm glad the video is over. I was about to roll back up to see it, but that video, I remember seeing it when I told you, I saw it on Tony Baker's channel on YouTube, and yeah, that freaked me out. That freaked me, and I think I watched that at night. That freaked me out, yeah.